Welcome to That's the Word, wholesome tales for the whole family. I'm Father James Yamauchi. Today's story, the Duel Condition. Honor had been breached. A duel was the only solution. One of the boys had insulted the other's family. Typically, this would not be a problem. But these boys of the street had mingled with other boys from families of honor. They had learned that when someone insults your family in that way, the only solution for any respectable gentleman is a duel. These were boys, though, so their duel would not be a matter of swords or of pistols. It would be a duel with stones. The stone duel, however, might have been the worst of the three options. Two teenage boys hurling substantial rocks at each other could inflict serious harm. A mutual friend tried to talk them out of this insane idea. He would go first to one, and then the other, trying to convince them to not go through with it. Both refused. The third boy knew it would be useless to tell the adults. These boys could just simply change when they would duel. After all, this third boy did not merely want to delay the duel, he wanted to stop it. In the end, though, he had to admit defeat. These boys were going to duel for their honor, whether he liked it or not. However, the third boy did suggest one thing. He insisted that they let him come and witness the duel. They were initially skeptical. Would he go off and run to the adults to break up the duel? No, he insisted. He assured them he would never break a promise. He would never tell anyone about what happened that day. He also insisted they accept one of his conditions. When they tried to figure out what his condition was, he refused to say, only that he would tell them the condition once they got to the place. The dueling boys were not too concerned. They trusted their friend, this third boy. The three arrived at the spot selected for the duel early in the morning. They laid their jackets down and stood about 20 paces apart, extremely close range. They collected their initial stones and waited for the third boy to give the signal. "Come on," they said. "Give us a signal to throw." "Hold on a second," the third boy responded. "I still have to tell you my condition." He pulled out a crucifix, stepped between the boys, and shouted, "Start throwing!" The two duelists stared at the third boy in shock. Was his condition seriously to stand in the line of fire? Through this murderous hail of stones? "Come on, get out of there!" one shouted at the third boy. "Yeah, you're going to get yourself hurt," the other said. "This is the condition," the third boy said. "You've got to throw the first stone at me and say, 'Christ died innocent and pardoned his enemies, but I want my revenge.'" "But I don't have anything against you," said the first boy. "I'm just mad at the other guy." "You cannot do this," said the other duelist. "I'm not going to throw stones at you. I got no gripe against you." Now that the third boy had gotten the duelists talking, He kept talking. Slowly, but surely, the shock of this condition calmed the duelists down. The third boy kept his promise. He never told anyone about the incident. After the third boy died, one of the duelists confessed and told the story to one of the adults at the place where they lived. This third boy was not of the same breed as the two duelists. The two duelists were boys of the street, while the third boy had come from a stable family. But this third boy used his talents well, emerging as a leader among these boys at the oratory. He was a unifying figure and a saint among them, a boy who died young, but in his short life achieved great heights of sanctity, the student of Don Bosco, and the witness to a duel that never happened, a boy named Saint Dominic Savio. And for this week, that's the word.